Hello. Lovely Sunday, day 1008. 12 in 1 minute. Yeah, so we got 250 units of this section, which is B1 level of Spanish. So, and I roughly do 1 unit a day. So that would mean that in 245 days, I'm gonna be level B1, according to Duolingo. So we'll see. We'll see. Now let's just continue. Let's make it a bit, okay.
Matar.
Matar.
Capítulo.
Capítulo.
Mantener.
Mantener.
Escritor.
Escritor.
Escribiré otro párrafo de mi novela.
I will write another paragraph of my novel.
La chica se llamará Ana.
The girl will be called Anna. Se llamará.
El búho de tu poema se llamará dúo.
Will the owl in your poem will the owl in your poem be called duo?
¿Cómo se llamará el cuento de esta escritora?
¿Cómo se llamará el cuento de esta escritora?
Escritora.
What will the writer's story be called? It will be a brief paragraph. Será un párrafo. El párrafo breve, un párrafo
Breve.
Buscarás poemas breves.
Will you look for brief poems?
Joel piensa, ay, no. Los invitados llegarán en 10 minutos. Acabo de poner el pollo en el horno y tiene que estar ahí media hora.
Parece que la comida ya está lista. Acabo de poner el pollo, no tiene que estar ahí media hora. No estará lista a tiempo.
¿Me escribirás un párrafo breve sobre tu novela?
Escribirás. Will you write me a brief paragraph about your novel?
Buenas tardes. Si quiere llegar al obelisco de Buenos Aires, tiene que caminar todo recto por 10 minutos. Lo verá, es muy alto.
¿Qué está haciendo? Si quieres llegar al obelisco de Buenos Aires, tiene que caminar todo recto por 10 minutos. Dando indicaciones. ¿Cuándo empezarán la capacitación? Sé que ¿cuándo empezó la capacitación?
Capacitación.
Sé que aprenderán muchas cosas. What will this writer's story be called? ¿Cómo se llamará el cuento de esta escritora? You won't like the last paragraph. No te vas te vas a gustar. You won't like. No te gustará. El último párrafo. Sí, párrafo. Párrafo. No te gustará el último párrafo. She says that she will write a brief novel. Ella dice que she will, ella dice que se she will, oh my god, that's gonna be wrong, but ella dice que se que se escribirá una novela breve. Dice que escribirá una novela breve. Dice que escribirá. So yeah, it was good, but will you be a writer before or after being a doctor? Acá estarás un escritor antes o después. Serán estarás un escritor antes o después serás un doctor, médico. Serás escritor. Serás escritor antes o después de ser médico. Dice, ella dice, escribirá novela breve. Dice, dice que escribirá una novela breve. Serás un Acui 69. Yo, buenos días, bro. ¿Qué tal? Serás un and Happy New Year. Serás un escritor antes o después. Sí, todo bien, todo rico, todo bien. It's getting harder though. Like after day 1000, it's getting harder. Serás un escritor antes o después de serán, ser, de ser un médico. Something's gonna be wrong. No, it's okay. Serás un escritor antes o después de ser un médico. I'm not good at Spanish, bro. That's no problem. No problem. You know what you need to do? Go on Duolingo.com and just start doing it 10 minutes a day. Nothing else. Just 10 minutes a day. I could not speak Spanish. I went to Spain, Lanzarote, when I had 60 something days. I could not understand anything because, especially, even though my BF is... Oh, okay. So then, sis, not bro. Yeah. Spaniards have horrible Spanish. It's the same with Brits. British people have horrible English. So if you want to learn English from Americans. And if you want to learn Spanish from South Americans. So yeah. It's way easier that way. Still a bro. Oh, okay. Cool. I live in Portugal. Okay. Well, then Duolingo still, like, it's just how Spaniards talk it's hard to understand because they just go so fast and, you know, it's not helping while learning. Any kind of accents or dialects, localized, they don't help at all. So that's why I've chose the way that I live in South America now, so I have easier version of Spanish. They call it Castellano, and it's like
¿Cuándo vas a servir el pollo?
it's easier. And the other thing, if you're because you live in Portugal, so are you Portuguese? You know Portugal, or you know Portuguese, or you're from somewhere else? Because if you're Portuguese, then Spanish should be easy for you. Yeah, there you go. If you speak Portuguese, then Spanish should be a breeze. The only difference you have is because I lived with Brazilians, and obviously Brazilian Portuguese is different than Portuguese. But what they said to me is learning Spanish is bullshit for them because of Spanish grammar, like all the el, la, lo, li, la, la, and all that stuff. And they say, yeah, it's way easier. Portuguese is easier than Spanish, but it's like it's so close to each other that it's basically like I'm Polish and I speak Polish and I can understand people from Slovakia, for example, and they can understand us because the languages are so close. So I would say Spanish and Portuguese are like Polish and Slovakian. Esperanto is an interesting one, but nowadays there is another language because Esperanto was meant to be like universal language, but then I think in 2005 or 6 there was a guy, like few groups of people, and they created Inter-Slavic, which is like mix of all the Slavic languages into one. So then when you go to any Slavic country, you can speak it and people would somewhat understand you, which is cool. And that's what I used when I was on my trip to Croatia. But yeah, anyways, it's not hard, just 10 minutes a day. And good tip for you, don't use Duolingo app because they changed the stuff on the app. So you have to watch more ads and stuff like that. If you want to do Duolingo and you got PC, laptop, whatever, do it on the web browser. If you have Chrome, I think you can still use speaking. If you don't have Chrome, if you use anything else, just read out loud because there is no speaking. because it's only working on Chrome based browsers. So yeah, that's just a tip. ¿Cuándo vas a servir el pollo? When are you going to serve the chicken? Easy.
Recordamos nuestros días en la escuela.
We remember our days at school. Easy.
Tú no me has dicho nada.
Tú no me has dicho nada. Wait, what if I learn Esperanto and Interslavic? Esperanto is kinda dead. Because Esperanto, I mean, there's still people speaking. I think if you Google it, you will find a rough estimate of how many people actually still speak Esperanto. But it was a good idea, but then it just didn't, like, you know. I met a native Esperanto speaker. Okay. Oh, I don't know if there's any country that houses native Esperanto speakers, but okay. Because I had, like, there's like few thousand speakers of Esperanto in the whole world, so yeah. I looked into it, but it's just too Latinized for Slavs. For some Slavs, it's too Latinized. There's too much Latin in it, and it's not working. Jestem okno. I am window. I'm a window, yeah. Jestem oknem. Oknem. That's Polish grammar for you. All the endings are just different. But that's understandable. But that's like a caveman talk. So, jestem oknem. Oknem. Yo soy la ventana. Tú no me has dicho nada. You don't want to say that. You don't want to say that. Because spell is not really nice. Whoever taught you that was a dickhead. You don't want to be saying that. Because spell is a person that it's like a bitch in prison. Marcel to Marcel to spell. Oh my god. You don't. Tú no me has dicho nada. You haven't told me anything.
Yo te lo he dicho 1000 veces.
Spell is a guy in prison who's getting you know what. Yeah. Yeah, like, yeah, in a way. He's used for sexual favors. And it's not by choice. That's what Svel is in Polish criminal slang. You have to pick up the have to pick up the soap and stuff. Yo te lo he
Digo. Dicho. Yo te lo he dicho 1000 veces.
yo te lo he dicho.
Dicho.
So, I mean, people use it, but it's like, I would say, like, kids at school use it, and it's like, eh. But the origin of that is literally like prison. So, prison talk. Nosotros acordamos, recordamos. That's recordamos. Chłopiec. That's a boy. Un chico. Chico. Recordamos muchos días felices.
Tengo que decirles algo importante.
Rapas. Rapas in Portuguese, okay. As in like cvel or chłopiec. Okay. That's way different than Spanish then. Chico. Rapas. Tengo que decirles algo importante. I have to tell you, as in them, they, something important. Es decir,
Decide.
les, tell them. Chłopiec is rapas, the Z is like a she. Rapash. Rapash? Something like that. Yeah, I've noticed when Brazilians speak, there is some like words and endings they use, and it makes me think that it's like Polish. Like, for example, there is a guy living here. His name is Mateo in Spanish, but they call when they speak, it's like Mateusz, and I was like, wait, you call him Mateusz, and Mateusz is the same in Polacco. It's the same in Polish, Mateusz, but the only difference is there is Polish SZ in the end, Mateusz, and they say Mateusz. I was like, and since then I'm calling him Mateusz in Polish, so, and it works. What are you going to tell them now? ¿Qué te vas a decirles ahora? ¿Qué vas? ¿Qué te vas? ¿Qué vas? Okay. Yeah, it's short, but come on.
A sobrelotação deste comboio regional não é o único problema da Comboios de Portugal. Há anos que os utilizadores da linha de Cascais se queixam das composições envelhecidas e viram com a atualização dos horários algumas das ligações suprimidas. O mesmo aconteceu na linha do Oeste. As falhas nas manutenções das unidades duplas a diesel 450, adquiridas em 1965, levaram ao corte de alguns comboios, entretanto compensado com duas composições provenientes da linha do Douro, alugadas à espanhola Renfe.
Acordo entre os sindicatos e políticos garantiu a aprovação
that's the
de
main
projeto
difference.
que mantém obrigatório o pagamento de um imposto sindical. Quer ter uma pele saudável e bonita? Então deixe o
Yeah,
estresse.
and there's also Brazilians. There is also different departments in Brazil. They have different way of speaking as well, like different dialects. So that's like only a
E a
part of it.
ansiedade de lado. Segundo os médicos, a aparência da pele está diretamente
They speak so slowly, and that's what I like about people in South America. They don't have that urge to speak fast like in Europe or in US or whatever. They just like, they have time, so they speak slowly, and then because they speak slowly you can understand them when you learn language. And it's the same over here, although not everyone is like that. When Polish speak is little gibberish, yeah, because when you have it's all about how fast you speak, and Polish people tend to speak fast because of grammar and everything. So if you want to convey a message, it's a long way to say stuff, and you want to say it fast to convey the message faster, and there is
ligada
no
ao bem-estar. O governador de Nova York renunciou hoje por causa do envolvimento com uma rede.
yeah I hear that like every day, so I don't. What's that?
Vipa inteira de situação de rendimento de inclusão.
Ah, yeah, that's African as well. Yeah. East Timor.
Investimento de dívida privado na bema calo Rússia empresa
That's like totally
Primeiro
Asian.
vice-presidente-
Yeah, I get you. So, yeah, it depends. And I would say Poland don't have really, I mean, there is like distinctions in kind of dialects and stuff, but it's not as bad as UK, for example, where you go 100 miles one way and people speak completely different. It's like, it's kind of unified in Poland nowadays.
Mi abuela recuerda muy bien su vida en Argentina.
But yeah, I've not heard Portuguese from Portugal as much as I can hear Brazilians. So, and Brazilian Portuguese is more singing Spanish than Portuguese from Portugal. Mi abuela recuerda muy bien su vida en Argentina. My grandma remembers very well her life in Argentina. Szczebrzeszyn jak chrząszcz brzmi w trzcinie. I Szczebrzeszyn z tego słynie.
Camarero, perdón, pero este jugo de naranja está horrible.
Grzegorz Brzęczyszczykiewicz. Look like a keep. Yeah, kind of. But yeah, don't worry. Polish is distinct from other Slavic languages. It's close enough so certain countries can understand us, but then we have so many Latinized words that other Slavic nations don't understand because they are too Latinized. We took too much from Latin and we incorporated Latin with Slavic, and it made the new words that non-Latinized Slavic countries, they don't understand that. So nobody understands European Portuguese. I mean, problem with Portuguese and Polish people is there was in Poland for a long time when first TV stations were on and the Polish television was on, there was loads of Portuguese or Brazilian soap operas like Isaura and all that bollocks, and people they hate just thinking about it, make them feel sick because how bullshit them things were, and they don't want to hear Portuguese at all. It's like my brother or my dad. Oh, but they speak Portuguese there. I don't want to hear that because I'm sick of it. It sounds like a mix of everything. And yeah, So that's why I'm like, no, I'm going to Spanish speaking. Not, oh, so it's not Isaura then. No, no, it's not Isaura. Sounds like Russian and Polish and Spanish. For me, at first, when I knew nothing about Spanish, for me it sounded like Bulgarian mixed with, I don't know, but there was something about Bulgarian and Portuguese that they sounded similar, and maybe Romanian, and maybe something else, but yeah. Portuguese is a weird one. It's if like for me, if I was to pick the language to learn, I would pick I don't know, my friend is Bulgarian and it's like I don't know the sounds and plus okay. I don't know, I would just like Polish is closer, maybe. Just the point of view is different, I don't know. Camarero, perdón, pero este jugo de naranja está horrible. Lo siento, ¿les puede servir otra cosa? Sorry,
Nadia vivió en Bolivia. Fue médica en un pueblo pequeño. Ella recuerda a la gente simpática y la comida deliciosa. Ella quiere volver.
Nadia recuerda su vida en Bolivia. Yeah, Bolivia.
Servimos 2 botellas de vino tinto.
I'm still waiting, but soon enough I'm gonna go and travel around Argentina, Bolivia, maybe Peru. But for now I'm just stuck waiting for my documents. Servimos 2 botellas de vino tinto. And that's why I'm pushing on Spanish so much. Portuguese also has a lot of CG and stuff like that. Makes sense to compare it to Polish. Yeah, it's like I totally agree. But it's just I only notice it. I only noticed what Portuguese is when I started learning Spanish. When I've noticed how many things are similar in Portuguese and Spanish, or are actually the same words, but with a spin, like with the accents and stuff. So Spanish and Portuguese are the same language, just with a twist. It's like Polish and like the closest to each other from like Slavic languages, because like if you look down all the Balkans, they say they have distinct languages, but all the Balkans speak the same language because they were Yugoslavia before. So they will understand you no matter which actual language, regional language you speak, they will still understand you. But I would say like maybe it's like Spanish and Portuguese is like Czech and Slovak. They understand each other, they can speak their own languages to each other and understand each other on the level, like basic level. So yeah. Czech and Slovak, Spanish and Portuguese. That's servimos 2 botellas de vino tinto. We are serving 2 bottles of red wine. Yeah, thanks for popping in anyway. It's always good to have someone. Honestly, I can't understand Spanish, and Spanish people can't understand I think it's weird, because you should be able to understand stuff. You should be able to understand. Because there's... Maybe the problem is the localized dialects, accents. That's what I'm saying. So it's not the actual language is the problem, because when it's written you understand 50%. So that's what I'm saying about Czech and Slovaks. Although Czechs and Slovaks can understand when they speak, but maybe because they were one country before, so they have kind of similar way of accenting and dialect and stuff like that. when Portugal and Spain were always separate countries, although neighbors. Croatia and Slovenia, that's the same. I don't know, something further away. Yeah, I've been to Croatia, I've been to Slovenia, and they speak the same stuff. I mean, they speak the same stuff when it comes to tourists, and I was trying to speak Interslavic to them, and they said Bosnia, I would say. So I've not been to Bosnia. I wanted to go, but I just gave up and I came back. But yeah, everything that was Yugoslavia was basically one language, so they have it easier in that way. But whenever you go there and they know you're not from there, they gonna speak English to you, and you got no other chance. If you even start talking Interslavic or their own language, they are not want to talk to you in their own language because they think it's shit and we should be speaking English. That's how far it went. I mean, to be honest, they got colonized by European Union and Germany basically, so they got nothing to say. All the population left to work in Germany and other European countries. Whoever's left is owner of a land. He's just accommodating German tourists, Germans and Austrians, and yeah. I've been there, I've seen it. It's horrible. It's expensive as hell. You cannot wild camp anywhere, even though I was. And it was crazy. But yeah. Okay.
José va a decirnos todo claramente.
José va a decirnos todo claramente. José is going to decirnos, tell us in one word, todo, everything, claramente, clearly. Bada bing, bada boom, there you go. We serve the bread with the butter. Servimos. Normally it would be nosotros servimos, but servimos is only for nosotros, so only for us, for we. Servimos el pan con mantequilla. I think that's mantequilla.
Van a decirnos algo importante.
The other thing, if you want to learn Spanish, I would 100% recommend you, other than Duolingo, watching YouTube, and you need to be watching like TV series, stuff like that. Casa de Papel, if you want Spanish from Spain, there is nothing better than Casa de Papel. That's the series of, you know which one, they rob in the bank and stuff. Yeah, that's the best. And we are both learning Esperanto. That's so cool to hear that people actually still learn Esperanto. It's like I thought, honestly, I thought like no one would even bother with Esperanto and that Esperanto is dead. But that's cool. Like, that's cool. I dabbled in it a little bit, but it's I just didn't feel like it could be useful. Yeah. That's so basically my next. So I'm waiting maybe like 2 more weeks, and my next language I already have course on Duolingo open. Is Guarani. So that's like a magic spell, because it's a native South American tribal language. Paraguay, Brazil, and bits of Argentina. And yeah, Guarani is like nothing else you've ever heard. It's not close to anything, and It's literally when you speak Guarani, no one ever, forever and ever would even remotely guess what the hell are you talking about, because it's so weird and so different. And I had a Japanese person here, and I said about Guarani, and I think it was she or whatever he was, she was, I don't remember. And I told her about Guarani, and she checked it, and it was like, oh, actually, you know what? There is like few words in Guarani that are similar to Japanese words, and G with tilde. Yeah, the tilde is like it's like im ba shapa, because they have nasal and throat syllables or something, like noises, nasal and throat. It's kind of like some African things, but it's so weird. This is cursed. No, this been made by so it's basically standardized Guarani, because of Jesuits. Jesuits came over and they tried to standardize the Guarani into a written form, and if you actually learn that and go into interior somewhere, and you might find tribes that speak their own versions still. So even if you know the original, the Jesuit version of Guarani, which is standardized, there is still tribes that don't understand it, and for them this new version is cursed, because that's not their Guarani. Because there was loads of Guarani tribes, and they all had different dialects and words and stuff like that. So, but the standardized one is cool because you can read it. It's in a normal alphabet, and the only thing you have to learn is the specialities of the language. But it's cool language. It's really cool, and they mixed it over here. They mix it with Spanish, and that's called Jopara. So that's like literally two words of Guarani, one Spanish, two Guarani, two Spanish, one Spanish, two Guarani. So it's like you think when you know Spanish, you think you understand what they talk about, but you don't, because you only hear like one or two Spanish words in the mix of Guarani. So it's yeah, that's gonna be my next language. So I'm learning Spanish in English, and then I'm still gonna be learning Spanish in English, but then I'm gonna add up like 20 minutes of Guarani in Spanish. So yeah, I know few words so far. Mbai Shapa, that's like hello, how are you? Mbai Shapa. And Tata is fuego, is fire. Which in Polish Tata is father. It's like Papa. So yeah, cool. There's so many similar words, even though they have no chance to be similar because how distant the languages are. But yeah, van a
decirnos algo importante. Decirnos.
They're going to tell us.
José va a decirnos todo claramente.
Se va a decirnos.
Decirnos.
What are you going to tell them? That was a mistake. ¿Qué vas a decirles ahora? Yeah, so Interslavic supposed to be. It is easy, yes, it is easy, because um, it makes the writing standardized in a way of, because in Slavic word you still have two alphabets, the Cyrillic one and the Latin one. So Cyrillica and Latinica. And Interslavic lets you use both of alphabets, because the words spoken are similar in both alphabets. So it's like English for all the Slavic people. I'd rather use Cyrillic. Yeah, you can. But all in all, you will end up with the same kind of results. Maybe with the different accents. But yeah. Cyrillic is... If you know already a Cyrillic script, it's easier. Because it's I don't want to say it's dumber, but it's easier. It's built for everyone. And then Latin was a bit more sophisticated, but yeah. Looks cool. I want to. Number 3. If it's cool, I don't have to justify myself. Yeah, it looks different, and that's I can read a little bit of Cyrillic, thanks to DayZ. It was a game, a zombie survival game set in fictional country of Chernarus. Yeah, so there you go. I can read like maybe 2-3-year-old. So I'm gonna sit there, look at it. It's like, and then eventually I'm gonna get it out. But yeah. But when it comes to talking with other people, I have no problem talking with anyone from any Cyrillic using people, because I can understand what they say naturally. So they can be speaking in Cyrillic and I can be speaking in Latin, and it's the same. As long as we can speak, then it's okay. When it comes to writing, then it's a bit, harder, obviously. But yeah, it's cool to have you. Cool to find people. That was my goal of doing streams of Duolingo. Brings people like you, brings people, interesting people who learn languages, people who are curious. That's what that was my plan, basically, to get all people like that. So I had Australians, I had one Israeli guy, I had Japanese, I had Venezuelan living in Spain, I had Brazilians, Yankees, Americans. So yeah, it's cool. It's not many people pop in, but that's what I mean. Like I don't want 1,000 viewers. I want 10 viewers with a common way of thinking and curiosity of languages. That's cool.
Buenas tardes. Si quiere llegar al obelisco de Buenos Aires, tiene que caminar todo recto por 10 minutos. Lo verá, es muy alto.
¿Qué está haciendo? Dando indicaciones. Why buenas tardes? Why it's a plural? Yeah. I mean, I don't go deep like that, but I get you. Because why it's a plural? Yeah, it's like in Polish you would say dobrych wieczorów instead of dobry wieczór. Yeah, that's weird, but it's not as weird as the Spanish grammar when it comes to lo, le, las, all that stuff put in front. That's my biggest enemy. And the same, all the Brazilians that tried to learn Spanish, they said the same, like that grammar of putting stuff in front, that is cursed. They can't learn Spanish because of that. I was like, okay, but buenas. It should be buena tarde, right? Buena tarde, no buenas tardes. It is what it is, I guess. Just bunch of
Encontraré
weirdos.
ese párrafo.
Encontraré ese párrafo. And buena tarde also. Oh, okay. So it's, yeah, there you go then. Encontraré ese párrafo. I will find that paragraph.
Las tres escritoras trabajarán juntas en el libro. Habrá poemas breves sobre las hermosas ciudades de México.
That makes no
Será
sense.
un viaje con palabras.
Well, I have no problem with that because that's easy. That's like, yeah, whatever. You say it plural, say it like whatever. But the most like bothersome stuff is the grammar for me. Las tres escritoras trabajarán juntas en el libro. Habrá poemas breves sobre las hermosas ciudades de México. Será un viaje con palabras. Las chicas van a escribir sobre México. I think, yeah.
Después del partido de béisbol, Luis le dice a Jorge, te entiendo, el entrenador no fue justo. No es fácil, pero la próxima vez ganarán.
Jorge perdió.
Te escribiré un poema para tu cumpleaños.
And I only knew it because on the last sentence he said, the next time we'll win. So if the next time we'll win, that means now he lost. So I only chose that by listening to the last part of the sentence. Which is a bit cheating, but...
Te escribiré un poema para tu cumpleaños.
Te escribiré un poema para tu cumpleaños. I will write you a poem for your birthday.
Diego le dice a Carla, bienvenida a nuestro equipo. Ya verás, te encantará esta empresa. ¿En qué compañía trabajabas antes?
Yeah, so again, here the first sentence sold it. So Carla es nueva. Because bienvenida. In Esperanto, buenas tardes is bona postagmezon. Boa tarde, belleza. Bona postagmezon. That's weird. That is weird to me. It's postal. That's like post office. Yeah, posta. But I think it's more like post as in post past something. Past midday. What's it called? Past noon. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Escribiremos un poema.
We will write a poem.
¿Quién escribió ese cuento breve sobre el dinosaurio? Es muy famoso, pero no recuerdo el nombre del escritor o cómo se llama el cuento.
Formación.
Un día seré escritora.
After tag day, meson middle. Yeah. Post after, yeah. Tag day. The tag is like the Germanized kind of thing. After day, middle. Yeah.
Un día seré escritora.
Un día seré escritora. One day I will be a writer. Yeah. So I mean, it makes perfect sense. Yeah. Because that was the main reason of Esperanto. Technically, it was meant to be a universal language, but I forgot. I also speak German and Swiss German. Oh my god. So how many languages can you speak then? So Esperanto, Portuguese, learning Spanish. Okay, now. You're smashing it. You're a good language learner there. Lovely. I love it. That's how it should be. People should not be only speaking one language. That's problem in Poland in a way. Like just people know stuff, but definitely more now than before. But when I was a kid, it was a problem in Poland. Like people did not want to know any other language because Poland is for Polish, and we're gonna speak Polish, and you're gonna come to Poland and you're gonna speak Polish. So and now it's changed. Now there's lots of people speaking Spanish and English and German and yeah. But yeah, in general, like for example, here where I live, being bilingual is basically from when you're a kid, because you are being taught both languages at the same time, and that's a great thing when you're bilingual straight away, because it opens you up for more languages. So they have it easier to learn English, for example, later and stuff like that, or Brazilian or whatever. This is so good when people are bilingual. And that's also like, I don't know, I don't want to say that it's like makes you smarter or something, but you know what I mean. Like, my dad is American, he taught me English, and my mom is Portuguese, and I lived in Portugal, so I speak both really well. There you go. So yeah, I learned my English in RuneScape, so 2007 mini clip. So I'm just like a Polish gamer boy who had PC when he was when I was young, and PewDiePie. I don't really like that guy, sorry, but in RuneScape you could right click and you could go examine, and you had the examine text, and that was the way I was learning. And then the other way was typing, chatting with people and stuff like that, buying GFs. Yeah, that's good. Buying GFs for 10k. Will you give me the paragraphs you wrote? Forced to learn English, but it's worth it. Yeah, definitely. Like the biggest languages, obviously by saying the biggest languages, I'm not saying Chinese and Arabic and stuff like that, because that's way harder than let's say Cyrillic script. Cyrillic script is really easy in comparison to like Chinese, Japanese, Arabic. Isn't worth it. I didn't want it to say that. I didn't want it to put it this way, but yeah, it's kinda you're right there. Let's say it's a different civilization. Yeah, it's not mental torture. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't like maybe Chinese, but then Japanese. I've noticed Japanese isn't actually that hard. I know it sounds weird, but it's like I've seen so many people speak Japanese that I was like, so wait, so if all them different people can speak Japanese and it's easier and they can read it, it's easier than Chinese, then I think Japanese is still better. But so I just know it. Yeah, that's cool. That's a superpower nowadays, because like you can go on both sides of the information war, and you can see, if you're interested, you can see what's the both sides saying, and you know, it's always better to be able to get information from all sources. I not understand shit, but I'm reading it at least. Aha. Okay. Okay. So you just need to learn Russian now. A little bit. Although Russian is opposite to Polish. There's so many opposite. Yeah, Interslavic. Yeah, Interslavic. Exactly. Interslavic is the way. If you want to go, yeah, you know what? Screw Bulgarian. Go and learn Interslavic instead. That's a good thing for you to do. And you can go on YouTube, and there is a channel, Interslavic channel. Interslavic, because I want to promote it as well, because that's this one. So you go the first one, and they have Discord channel. There was Discord channel somewhere. If you look for Interslavic Discord channel, you will find them, and they literally will help you learn. You can go on chat there. You can they have you can download Interslavic keyboard for your phone, like Interslavic version of keyboard. So, and that's one of many things. They have dictionaries. They have like active people there. So if I have questions, will you help? Yeah. I mean, yeah. But definitely Interslavic. I don't know Interslavic. I was just doubling with it, so I more or less know the differences and which word should I use when I was traveling. Which one would be more understandable than like Polish, for example. But then I went to Czech Republic, and I was trying to find out the Interslavic kind of way of saying things, and then in the end I was surprised because it was the same as Polish, and I was like, oh, okay, so I just look stupid. I'm Polish, I'm trying to speak something else, but if I was to say it in Polish, they would understand me perfectly. So it's okay. Yeah, but definitely go onto that Discord channel, and ideally one day, maybe when I get more people on like following and joining my own channel, then that's gonna be a topic of my Discord, because I have different languages voice channels, so I'm just going slow. For now there's like 10 people there, and 7 of them or 6 of them are artists that generate art for streamers in AI, and they saying it's theirs. So I don't really, I'm not here to judge anyone, but yeah, I can work with Paint, and I don't use GPT, so, or whatever they use. Okay, but we went rampant, man. I was doing that. I was doing that for 1 hour normally, so now I'm gonna have to finish this one quick. And will you give me the paragraphs you wrote? Me darás los párrafos que escribiste.
Ella escribía un libro sobre su vida.
She will write a book about her life. Yeah, definitely Interslavic is the way to go for you, because that's a cool mixture, and it's getting popular by day. So it's slow, because like for all the Slavic speakers, first thing they think is, oh, that's a scheme, that's a conspiracy to destroy the national languages of all the Slavic nations, they want to make us speak one language, da 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 da. So basically, yeah. But like, it's basically when you go for a holiday and you wanna, wanna kind of communicate without knowing the actual language. That's the language for you. Will you repeat the paragraph? Repetirás el párrafo. Párrafo.
Hablaremos sobre escritores mexicanos.
Hablaremos sobre escritores mexicanos.
Hablaremos sobre escritores mexicanos.
Mexicanos. Okay. The mice will write a poem about cheese. Los ratones escribirán un poema sobre el queso. Okay, I will learn into Slavic. There you go. Yeah,
La chica se llamará Ana.
Because Bulgarian on its own, it's not gonna give you much leverage in anything. But Interslavic will, because Bulgarians might actually understand Interslavic, even though it's a bit far, but still, I watched some videos and they can actually understand it. This is also Bulgarian. Okay. Yeah, I don't blame you. They are like Slavic Latinas and Latinos. So yeah, I don't blame you.
La chica se llamará Ana.
Although there's loads of Roma people as well involved, so.
La chica se llamará Ana.
Chica se llamará Ana. Yeah. Yeah, that's nothing unusual. Like, I was growing up in Poland in the times where calling someone Bulgarian was derogative, and I was stupid. Like, or Romanian, that was like derogative, but it's not anymore. Because it was simply because, like, homogeneous, and anyone who isn't Polish might be an enemy or whatever. That's different way of thinking. Nowadays people opened up a bit, so it's okay. Right, so I'm on unit 8 and there is 250 units in that section, and when I finish that section it's gonna be, apparently I'm doing B1 now. Ono oknem. Ono oknem weszło, wyszło, przeszło, poszło. Pochuj, nachuj, zachuj. Yeah. Nachuj. Yeah, that's Russian for you. That's Russian, Ukrainian, Belarusian. When you say it to Polish, they will understand it. Nachuj. They will understand it as well. In Poland, the version of that that is more understood would be pochuj. It's like, why the fuck? I need to train my Cyrillic, because I am bad. Я need some banya. I want some bananas. Okay. AI. Okay. AI. Yeah. Okay. Like I said, I would need to sit there and just because I know some letters and some other letters are forgot already, and it's just yeah. Anyway, if you do Duolingo, there you go. That's me. Find me here, so we can, you know, poke each other, celebrate our little victories every day. I'm gonna go back so you can find it. Write it down. I think it's the first one. I think it's the first one, or if not, it's Entropicus. And yeah, just go ahead and do Duolingo. And I think Interslavic, there was a on Discord, there was some kind of topic that there is a chance that Interslavic might end up in Duolingo as well, although they need to standardize it a little more because they still work on it, and then it might go to Duolingo actually. So there you go. He's typing English with Cyrillic alphabet. For me, it's easier to correlate Polish with Cyrillic alphabet because it would be easier. Because of stuff like sh, ch, ście, all that weird ones. I could not correlate that to English in any way. I could only do it towards Polish because I already know it in Polish. Oh my god, yeah, exactly. She, je, she, bebe, yeah, all that. Okay, so you followed. I think I need to refresh the website because I don't see you. Okay, there you go. So yeah. Yeah. So that's it for today. Thank you also very much for joining me today, and thank you for follow. I'm still working on my channel because I need to find out the way of doing all the badges and all the stuff. I only got affiliated last week or 2 weeks back, so adiós, amigo, y tengas un buen día, y sí, nos vemos mañana. I will see you tomorrow the same time, because I'm doing Duolingo every day, so eventually I'll be a cow. Okay. Okay, whatever that means. Yeah, you have a great day and have a lovely evening, I think. Yeah, so stay safe, stay sane, stay awesome, and ciao ciao.